Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, family, friends, faculty, and graduates. Welcome to the 2017 Nursing Pinning Ceremony. Even though I had to write this while I should have been studying for my last final, I'm extremely honored to speak on behalf of this wonderful and diverse group of students. Let's give a round of applause for the Lansing Community College School of Nursing graduates. This has been the most intense, challenging, and rewarding journey. I'd like to take a quick stroll down memory lane, starting with the acceptance letter. There were tears of joy, jumping on the couch Tom Cruise style. We didn't know what we were getting into. In fundamentals, we got to know each other very quickly and intimately thanks to Skills Lab. We practiced feeding one another, brushing each other's teeth, and giving bed baths. Needless to say, we were no longer strangers. We felt like superheroes with our stethoscopes and pen lights, but were brought down a few notches when we realized we didn't know how to wash our own hands. It's harder than it looks. In maternity nursing, we learned so much about the amazing and difficult process of labor. Many of us were lucky enough to witness a birth or C-section. The scrub masks were holding our jaws off the floor. Nursing school was full of unexpected moments like the labor lab, where we participated in guided meditation while wearing weighted pregnancy bellies. In mental health, our eyes were open to the challenges of mental illness. Pretty quickly, we began diagnosing one another. I'm pretty sure nursing school puts you at an increased risk for anxiety. The pediatric rotation was a dream come true for many of us. Working with children was often rewarding, but presented its own challenges. It's not easy to watch an innocent child suffer, but these wonderful future nurses truly made a difference. I saw so many of you stand tall and strong and advocated for your patients during a difficult time. In our last semester, we finally caught on that it isn't about which answers are right, but which answer is the most right. The difference between what is priority versus what you should do first, it's honestly still really confusing. We were tested for the last time on our physical assessment. Where we started to and where we are now is truly astonishing. There's so much confidence and knowledge in all of us compared to that first time around. We went from learning to wash our hands to inserting IVs, from learning how to use a stethoscope to identifying dysrhythmias on an EKG, how to discreetly count a respiratory rate to monitoring for respiratory failure and pulmonary embolisms. We have gained the ability to discuss vile, disgusting things over fancy dinners. Whether you 4-pointed every class or were a 4-time probation champ, the growth is undeniable and well-deserved. Thank you to Nurse Bruce for introducing us to the wonderful world and process of nursing, insisting on calling us nurses despite the long road ahead of us, and for putting us through the nursing school equivalent of boot camp. You truly made us stronger. Thank you, Professor Curtin, for your enthusiasm for what you teach, your amazing flow sheets, and the comical background noise of your kids in the online lectures. Thank you, Professor Orr, for the hands-on learning and your guided meditation skills. To Dr. Williams, thank you so much for all those NCLEX tips. To Professor Friedberg, thank you for introducing us to mental health, your sense of humor, and extensive storytelling abilities. Your intellect often made us feel like you knew our every thought process. Thanks to Professor Goggins for your positivity. 3 snaps for you. Thank you, Professor Miller, for your charisma, entertaining lectures, and for building up our confidence as nurses. I hope your cats are doing well. And to Professor Alberta, thank you for making EKGs way less intimidating and for being understanding of our very severe case of senioritis. To all the clinical and lab instructors, thank you for teaching us about the parts of nursing that cannot be explained in lecture, like how to maintain a dying patient's dignity or when it's appropriate to shed a tear or hold a hand. Last but not least, thank you to the family and friends who made this possible. You picked up the pieces when we were freaking out about grades and schedules. You bravely let us practice all our skills on you, and you sacrificed time with all of these lovely people so that they could pursue one of the most rewarding professions in the world. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Class of 2017, no more Pico papers, no more lectures, tests, quizzes, or weekends spent studying, at least for a little while. I'm sure some of us will continue on in academia and will face challenges along the way to accomplishing our life goals, but I have never been so confident in a group to achieve greatness. If we can do this, we can do anything. As we diverge on our individual paths, I hope we all remember where we came from and the lifelong friendships made. The world will be a better place for having each one of you as a nurse. Thank you.